Board challenge, beginner. First of all, we have a function called evaluate, and that function expects two arguments, message one and message two, and then should return message one and message two. So first of all, if I run this snippet, what will it return? Hello. So let's do something that I know you like. So Victor said hello. Wrong. Alex said again? Alex, null. Right. Why null? Correct. Correct. So don't try to win the expert challenge without that, Victor. So that's a pretty fundamental thing. So you got and, right? You explained that last week, right? So something and something else. If the first element is falsy, it gets just returned. So the second one will be just ignored, right? Is null truthy or falsy? Falsy, correct. So hello won't even be evaluated. It will just return hello. And what if I change now the order? If I return hello and then null. What? So Gin said it will return null. Correct. Why? Correct. Correct. If the first condition is truthy and we have the AND operator, then that's fine, right? We are in the good way, in the good path. Truthy and okay, that's fine. Then we delegate all the responsibility to the second message. So whatever the last element returns, that will get returned eventually, right? And then what happens if we got? Well, let's see if it works, right? So first of all, yes, that's correct. And what happens if we got hello world? What will this return? World. Why? In? Correct. The same thing, right? So it doesn't matter whether the last element is truthy or falsy. If the first element is truthy, the last element will be returned. Correct. And finally, what hello and undefined will return? Osman? Why undefined? Yep, that's correct. Osman is right. It returns undefined. Right? So if you still struggle a bit with this kind of a structure, my suggestion, and I think that's a valid exercise, is let's refactor this. Let's do an if else. Let's try to replace this algorithm with an equivalent one based on if else. So how do we do that? You tell me. If something else, something else. If what? Message one. If message one, then what? Return what? Marta, say it again, please. Return true. And else, return what? Anyone? That's wrong. Okay, so if message one, return message two. Else, Tom? Else message two. So we always return message two, right? Okay. Wrong. Yujin. Say it again?
Yeah, but you gave else message one.
So Victor said again?
If message one.
Yeah?
So if that's true, let's say.
Yeah?
You skip that return message two. Actually no, because yeah.
Okay.
And then else if it is false,
Yeah?
you return message one.
Right. Right, Victor is right. So, again, if we got message 1, then we'll return whatever message 2 is. If we don't get message 1, then just return it. Return that falsy value. That's why null and hello returned null. Because the first one is falsy, it will return just that falsy value. Does it make sense? Correct. And so that's it regarding beginner. Any question? No? Okay, fine. Let's have a look to intermediate. So, intermediate. Pretty much the same principle, but just a bit more complicated. Instead of 2 arguments, we got 3, with some logic. Also, we initialize the first one, and we mix and or and all these things, right? So first of all, like that, without touching anything, what will this snippet return? So Tom said Walt. Right or wrong? Right. So Tom and Gin Walt. Any other opinion? Why wrong? Sorry, why Walt? I don't know if it's right or wrong. Well, I know, but I'm not going to tell you yet. Can you defend your theory?
Yeah, so return message 1.
Yeah.
Which, so yeah, that's going to be null, right?
Maybe.
So it's falsy, so it's going to go or
Yeah.
next bit, so you skip on to the next step.
Yeah.
And then it's an AND operator, so the first term is truthy.
Correct.
So it skips the next one, and then returns message 3, which is well.
Isn't there only one argument? What?
In brackets, the second term.
No, one argument.
You got 3 arguments. You see the commas? 1, 2, 3. So what Tom explained is literally perfect. That's it, right? So that should return, and Gin as well, obviously. That should return wall. Here you go, right? Here you go. But why happened with this initialization here?
Yeah, so you've initialized it into Coherent, you've overwritten it.
Yep.
When you evaluate it, so it takes a value null instead, which
Mhm.
is falsely.
Correct. And what happened if we change null with undefined?
That's falsely as well.
So what will this return? Wall.
I want to say the same thing.
So Gin, Tom is wrong. Right. Why, Gin? So what is it returning then? Coterie. Why?
Because the first value is not undefined. It's going to take the fourth value, which is
Mm-hmm. Correct. So that should return Coterie. Correct. Why? It's pretty much the same example, right? That's why that's a bit mind-blowing. So with null, it returns Walt. But with undefined, which is pretty similar, it returns Coterie. Why is that? So the main reason is because undefined means undefined. There's nothing on it. So this kind of initialization of arguments only applies if what we pass is undefined. However, if we pass null, even though both are falsy, both are equivalent in terms of the and or logic, in terms of initialization, they are different because null is explicit value that we are setting. Does it make sense?
You're not overwriting it.
Cor-
It's not.
Yeah, correct. So when it's null, we are not overwriting it because that won't apply. So message 1 will be null. So null is still falsy here. So falsy or something else, what it returns?
The second layer.
Yeah, correct. Let's do the same thing we did before. Let me change the example. So I'm going to have here two arguments, message 1 and message 2, right? And then I want you to tell me how to create the OR logic using if-else. Sorry, yes, using if-else with OR. If else. So if what?
If message 1,
If message 1
message 1,
return message 1, else
message 2.
correct. So what will this snippet return? Ah, hello. I don't know. Yes, correct. Yes, hello. And if we change the order, hello and null, so that will return hello. Correct. And if we put wall here, and if we change the order, correct. Correct. And finally, last question. If we have, again, message 3, and then our logic is return message 1 or message 2 and message 3. Hello, Codity. Hello, Codity wall. What will this return? Hello? Yes, that's correct. Why hello, Victor?
This is the first true feed.
Correct, correct, correct. And if we have a null here, wall, correct. Falsy, no problem, that's an OR. Let's go to the right. Message 2, truthy, okay, then return message 3. And if we got undefined, same principle, right? So in this particular case, it will always return the last element. Falsy or, okay, focus on the right hand side. Truthy and, okay, focus on the right hand side. And if we have, what can we have here? False, null, false, and undefined. It's lovely API, right? False, why false?
First false. The message to
Yep, that's correct. So that will be skipped because this is an OR, and then because the first element is falsy, it will be returned. Correct. And very last question. Again, let's do an if else, which could be a bit more complicated. So how we do an if else here?
If message 1,
If message 1
return
return message
message 1.
1, else if message 2 return message 3, else return message 2. So this is Victor and Tom. What do you think? So Gin is not convinced. Why not? So Victor, Tom, and Gin think it's correct.
I think it's correct.
So everyone agrees, right? But do you agree because you understood it, or just because if they say it's right, I mean, you're not going to be that person who, you
So
know?
the way I see it now is if
Yeah.
it's an or,
Yeah,
take the value, and then if it's like an and,
Yeah.
reverse it.
yeah.
That's the way. That's the way I've kind of
Yep.
picked it up.
Yep. Yep. I think that's correct. So that should return what? Correct. That should return false, right? That's correct. Right? Cool. So yeah, this is very important. If you still struggle to understand the and or logic, it could be a good exercise to transform it into a longer if-else bunch of statements, because these are at least easier to follow, right? I believe. Cool. Any question? No? That was it. Thank you for watching.